Hey, JulesBlessedVegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So it is 100 degrees, a little more than 100 degrees. I am melting, and yet I have the doors open and the fans on. Why, Juliana? Why, pray tell, when you have air conditioning? Oh my gosh. I was trying to figure it out. I was like, why was I so gung-ho on microgreens a year ago and stopped? I mean, like, seriously, I made videos on it. I was so proud of my product. What happened? The smell. Oh my gosh, I forgot about the smell. I forgot how it made the whole house reek. I forgot how I could not stand it, honestly. And I just got home from shopping and walked in and was bowled over by the smells. And I'm a smell person. And I know my husband would freak too, but I can't stand throwing these little guys out because we were in progress. And so what I did was I took everything out of the dining room, so yes, and brought it into the dog room, which it's technically connected to the house, but it's off a little bit from the main area. And so the laundry is in here, the second fridge, and the dogs, okay? But I cleared off the top of the fridge, and I thought I can just go ahead and put the trays in here. I can at least try it. Oh my gosh, people, I can't do the smell. I guess that's why I'm going to stay with Sprouts. Sprouts are very quick. They are easily rinsed, and you can eat them or throw them away after 3 or 4 days, right? I forgot about the smell. I know. I hope that's not true for you, just as for me. But as you know, it's been a couple of days. And the other good thing is the dog area is dark most of the time. And I am going to figure out how to put my grow light above that fridge, above the trays. Right now, there's only a couple of outlets in here, and they're already dedicated to appliances, which are not supposed to put on, what's it called, like an extension cord or anything. So I'm going to have to ask my superhero husband to help me out because he knows how important my diet is to me. But let's see if we can see what's going on here, okay? So as you know, these chias just started yesterday morning. So it's not even 48 hours, is it? No, it's like, I don't know, 40 hours maybe. I don't know. And there's little tails and things on them. I'm going to show you. There's some little tails on them. And they're still kind of finding their way. So that's not much progress yet on the chias, which were not pre-soaked. All right, this one, which we put a brick on, if you remember, this one's stinky. I'm pretty sure it's Radish Sprouts, which I enjoy. I enjoy Radish Sprouts. And I remember making the radish microgreens, and I love them, but I don't know if I have the tolerance this time. But this is, remember, they were pre-soaked. They were pre-soaked for like 4 days because they're super tiny little seeds. And then they were placed in here. And as you know, I put a ton in one tray and we put some weight on them. So here they are. So I think you can see there's a lot of green heads on here. That little guy's trying to make his way up the wall. And I think this is really good progress for just being in the tray for 2 days and having the weight on it. I'm pretty impressed. Forgive me that I'm flipping the camera around. Trust me, my next $1,000 camera, i.e. my phone, will have the ability to flip while filming. Are you kidding me? You know, you don't know what to ask until you know what you need. And I certainly didn't know to say, does the camera flip when you're videotaping? All right, so let's look at the next tray. This next tray is the lentils, and they barely smell. I feel like I can continue with chia and lentils fairly well. So again, these ones were not pre-soaked, and they were just put in the tray yesterday morning. And you can see a whole bunch of tails, and they look like they're really coming along. I don't think I'm going to add the weight to them, probably until tomorrow morning, but they are well on their way. Okay, and this is the last one, and these are the broccoli sprouts. And you can see there's quite a few trying to find their way up the wall. There are a lot of green heads on here. These ones were also pre-soaked, remember? Because the seeds are so small, but they've only been in the tray for 2 days, and it looks like they're finding their way. So I'm pretty thrilled. There's no surprise that broccoli smells. I get it. I just didn't expect the whole house to be like consumed. I forgot about that. So that said, their new home is up here on top of this fridge in the dog and laundry area. And I'll probably connect the light to that shelf right there if I continue to do it. And, you know, it's just making the most of what turned out to be a difficult situation. Okay, so nobody needs to be deterred, please. There are tons of different things you can sprout, and I'm going to keep trying to find which ones I can tolerate in terms of the smell. Some are less pungent, some are less fragrant, and some maybe even more pleasantly fragranced. I don't know, but there are so many. Don't even say, well, Jules Blessed Vegan said so. No way am I gonna. Yeah, don't you dare. They are far too nutritious. Like, don't even go there, seriously. And don't forget what I just recently did. You can do sprouts in a jar, and if you let them exceed 4, 5, 6 days, they do become microgreens. They just still have the roots. So you have to decide if you're willing to deal with the roots or not. Okay, so I just wanted to tell a cute little story. And not just cute, it's an important story. And what it is in the high desert, as I have said before, at first it was just all brown. And then as my eyes began to adjust over time, I started to see the beauty of the high desert. And there's a bunch of varieties of trees. They're not all cactus, right? But one of them is called the yucca, which is prevalent everywhere. But another one is Joshua tree. And of course, there's a Joshua tree monument and everything else here. And what it said was that the early settlers named it Joshua tree because they felt that it reminded them of the Old Testament, Joshua, actually lifting his arms to wave them towards the promised land. I think that is very cool. I did not know that. What I wanted to talk about, though, were the little critters, whether it's the lizards, the bunnies, the squirrels. Praise God, I haven't seen any snakes and I don't want to. But all of those are abundant. And of course, like I said, those 10-pound ravens, oh my goodness. And of course, the bunnies and the lizards and the squirrels and stuff are often outrunning those ravens. But the bunnies and the squirrels are completely at peace together. They eat inches from each other on my new lawn. But one thing that I kind of noticed, which I thought was a really good lesson in life, is that while they're trying to survive, and it really is just a constant struggle to survive their predators, and in some ways we can think of that as certainly people who are trying to change their lifestyle, right? Getting off that standard American diet. If you're going vegan, if you're going, even just vegetarian or plant-based at this point, I don't know where you are in your walk, you're really outrunning the predators of all the advertisement, all the people around you who are saying, well, you could just have a little. Well, how come you don't eat this? Well, this is really good. You should go for it, like the whole thing, right? And so what all of those little bunnies and lizards and squirrels do is they run forward and then they stop. And their ears go up and they look around for a minute. And then they run some more and then they stop. And they do it again and they do it again and again. It's so cute and I watch them do it. And what's so smart about it is it's what we should be doing. Yes, we should run away from whatever the temptation is, but we should stop. And we should think for a minute and look around and listen. Listen certainly to what is provoking us, right? So back to my acronym HALT, which I will put in the description of this video, which is stopping for a moment to determine what it is that is tempting you. Are you hungry? Are you angry? Are you lonely? Are you tired? And I even added an S to say, are you scared or are you feeling sick? All of those things can be provoking you. So you take a moment and you listen to yourself, right? You listen to your inner voice. And same thing, when you're realizing that you're not feeling strong enough to go to whatever event it is, listen to that self. Because I can't count the number of times that I just went anyway and, I'll just have to eat this time and then I'll start again tomorrow because, really? That's a no. That is a no. So, think about it. And also when your ears are perked and you're listening and you're deciding if you're safe in the conversation, which you may need to say, I'm not up for this right now. Can I get back to you? And never get back to them. Are you safe in that conversation to say, I'm going to speak my truth right now and damn the torpedoes. I don't care what the result is, right? Did I mention it's over 100 and that my windows are open? It's worth it. I'm feeling the air. Luckily, in the high desert, there is always wind, and I am getting some, and I'm going to be able to breathe, and I will not have to hear my husband say, "What the beep did you do to the house?" Nothing, darling. I hope those sprouts stay in the dog area. They're worth it. I'm not giving up, people. Okay, anyway, though, it was a beautiful lesson. I was watching this smart little squirrel, and I thought, that's another thing. Like, moms let these little kids go very young, and they have to find their way. And for us, in some ways we're newbies. I certainly am. This is only my second year that I even knew about vegan, that I even inquired with Tanny Raw, the social media phenom on every health platform, to find out what in the world raw was. In so many ways, I'm a newbie. I'm a little kid scurrying through the desert, trying not to be, eaten by the wickedness of today's world. I just got back from shopping, and I can't help but people watch, but I just see how the body accommodates the nonsense, accommodates the toys, accommodates, the fake food and the excess food. And our body is so brilliant that it can even dare to break those things down. But much like when we went into quarantine initially for the COVID, and the way that the skies and the environment immediately started to clean up, and the rivers went clean, and we could see monuments, meaning like mountains and things that we've never seen in years, because everything cleaned up so quickly. Nature so badly wants to accommodate us. So even when we get off the toys and we're broken and we have dis-ease, and our body says, no worries, eat live food for a live body and I will clean it right up for you. And boy, does it. And I've mentioned before how blessed I am, but honestly, from being diagnosed with 4th stage kidney disease and saying I would be on dialysis, to suddenly having thyroid disease with the ink test and everything, to having acid reflux to the point of not being able to even lie down. I literally had to buy an electronic bed like a dang hospital patient, right? So that I could even try not to drown in my sleep. Not even kidding you. Asthma so bad I couldn't attend mass, which is my joy of all time. All of those different things. There's even more than that, but praise God in daring to go towards God's food that only He provides and grows. All of those ailments are gone. They're all gone. He was like, yeah, Jules, I'll take care of it. God is in the details, and health is yours for the asking if you just do the footwork. All right, as always, like if you like, join us if you haven't, subscribe, and know that I'm here for you by leaving a comment so that I can support you, especially in prayer. And until we talk again, best of all, know that you're blessed.